And a Fox News alert, we are monitoring a possible major breakthrough in the Nancy Guthrie case. A massive search is underway in Tucson with swarms of police spotted at the home 2 miles from missing 84-year-old's residence overnight.
A law enforcement source tells Fox News Digital that at least 3 people are detained as part of the investigation into Nancy's disappearance. We believe it is 2 men and 1 woman.
And in another late-night incident, we're watching a 4th person detained outside a Culver's fast food restaurant located 2 miles from Nancy's home. But officials have not confirmed if this is connected to the Guthrie investigation. We also saw officers towing the man's silver or gray Range Rover, setting a tarp up. You can see here as they appear to remove items from the back of the vehicle. It's also unknown at this time if any of the 4 suspects are indeed part of this investigation.
Our teams have been on the ground all night at SWAT and police vehicles throughout the area in Tucson.
And just hours ago, the sheriff revealing to Fox News that they're testing DNA that was found inside of Nancy's home that doesn't belong to Nancy.
These developments come just 3 days after the release of crucial doorbell camera images, giving us the first look at her potential abductor.
All of this comes as it has been now 2 full weeks since Nancy Guthrie was last seen. So let's bring in Sergeant Betsy Brantner Smith, retired Illinois police officer. She was on the ground at the sheriff's office when police vehicles were coming and going, first leaving last night, and now we have these situations. What is the latest that you can tell us from there?
Well, we have at least 3 people who are being detained. We're hearing about a 4th, but understand they're detained. They're not arrested. So this is what we would call an investigatory detention. And here in Arizona, you have 24 hours from the time that you detain someone, whether you either have to charge them or you have to let them go. So we've got the scene at the Guthrie, 2 miles from the Guthrie home. Then, of course, we have the traffic stop with the Range Rover, which was towed on a flatbed truck after being partially covered with a tarp. Again, we haven't been told if that's related, but we're presuming that it is because the same personnel were involved in that. So this is it's a very active investigation. Still ongoing here in Pima County. So,
Sergeant, do you have any indication of who these people might be that were detained? They're obviously in a house, I guess, a few miles away from the Guthrie house. I would imagine there are neighbors, people in the area who might know who these people are. Are you getting word of anything regarding the people that are the owners or the residents of this home?
This home was literally less than 2 miles, really a mile as the crow flies from the Guthrie home. It's in a very upscale area of Pima County, also in the Catalina foothills. We've heard a lot about that. But who these people are, other than 2 males and a female and potentially another male, that information is not being released. And we want to be very respectful. I know it's frustrating for everyone. Why haven't they had a press conference? Why aren't they releasing more information? The investigation is so active. And plus, we have a family, the Guthrie family in Tucson, that is having to deal with this on that very guttural, familial level.
Sergeant, but to be clear, I wasn't suggesting that the investigators or the sheriff have, whether they have released information. I was just saying from the ground, like people that we are talking to, have any neighbors come forward to say, oh, I know the people who live there, or I've seen them before?
We really haven't had anybody yet come forward.
Got it.
Yeah, and so, Sergeant, you're so right about, we only know what we know. And in cases like this, every single time that we cover them, early reports and rumors often are false. So let's drill into just sort of what we've seen transpire overnight. Obviously, there are the 2 scenes, authorities telling us that when they went in and detained the 3 individuals at that home, that was tied to the Guthrie investigation. Now, we also had video of SWAT vehicles as part of the search. surge when they went initially into that. What does that tell you to see SWAT vehicles responding in that?
Well, and I was down at the sheriff's department, most of the night when these officers deployed. And one of the notable things was when SWAT was deploying, everyone else in the agency was being called in. So we saw multiple units deploying, not just for SWAT to go out, but also, this is a county of almost 2 million people. So they had to bring in additional personnel. We also saw some of our neighboring agencies, Marana, Oro Valley, Saurita, come in on a mutual aid aspect. But when SWAT goes out, and the bomb squad went out too, but then they came back. When SWAT goes out, it's because they feel that it's going to be a potentially very dangerous situation. And remember, we've got a suspect who was armed, and we have a potential hostage situation. So it was with the utmost caution that SWAT went out.
So with those 3 people that were detained, and I realize that we have very limited information right now, but we don't even know if those people actually live in that house, or do we?
We do not know that. We've got, names on, property tax names, things like that. But none of that has been released. And again, we don't know if they're suspects.
Right.
When you go in and you serve this kind of search warrant and take people, you detain them, you've got to get them out of there and then sort everything out. And of course, we saw a swarm of FBI agents, of forensic vehicles, as when those people were removed, all that moved in.
All right, Sergeant Betsy Brantner Smith, thank you for your insight. We'll check in with you throughout the day.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.